2 months after the last mission, Ethan receives a classified message from President Erica about the entity, a rogue AI that breaches cyber defenses, manipulates information, and predicts possible futures. It is corrupting humanity and inspiring a doomsday cult within major institutions. To stop it, they must locate its source code, known only to Gabriel. Ethan holds a key that can destroy the AI, though using it would erase cyberspace and trigger war. Ethan hides, fearing the government might weaponize the entity. Erica orders him to surrender before the tape self-destructs. Later, Ethan reunites with Benji and Luther in a secret subway chamber. Luther has built a virus capsule that can neutralize the AI once combined with its source code. Their first step is to find Gabriel. In an Austrian prison, Gabriel's former accomplice Paris is escorted by agents Jasper and Theo. Guards suddenly attack. Paris joins them, knocking Jasper out before Theo draws his gun. But the guards reveal themselves as Ethan and Benji. Paris recalls Ethan sparing her in a past mission, and Theo listens as Ethan explains there are no sides anymore, only a global threat. Theo lets them go, and Ethan asks Paris where Gabriel is. Later, Ethan infiltrates a London party. Agents spot him, but Grace intervenes, stealing their radios and tossing a gun to Ethan. She admits she was sent to capture him but now believes only he can stop the entity, switching sides. As they leave, 2 men sedate them. Ethan and Grace wake tied in a torture room. Gabriel orders Ethan revived, explaining he wants Ethan to find a sunken submarine called Systole, which carried the virus that evolved into the AI. The wreck holds a copy of the source code. Gabriel wants control, not destruction. Shocking Ethan, he reveals Ethan once stole that code for the government. When Gabriel inspects Ethan, he notices something in his mouth. Ethan fakes swallowing poison, revives, and kills the guards. Grace frees herself, but another enters. Gabriel orders him to kill Grace before fleeing. Ethan brutally kills the enemies with torture tools, saving her. Gabriel flees but is confronted by Paris, Theo, and Benji. Paris wants to shoot him, but Theo insists they need him alive. Gabriel escapes, locking the doors. Ethan and Grace arrive too late. They find a strange box Gabriel used to commune with the entity. Despite warnings, Ethan connects. The AI bombards him with visions, demanding he open a vault or it will seize nuclear systems in 4 days. It also shows Gabriel killing Luther. Ethan frantically records details and orders the team to track the submarine before running to save Luther. Meanwhile, Luther wakes beside a dead nurse, locked in with a massive bomb. Gabriel stole the capsule and killed the guard. When Ethan arrives, only 3 minutes remain. The bomb could level the city. Luther sacrifices himself, containing the blast but dying in the process. He forces Ethan to escape before the tunnels collapse. On the street, Jasper's men seize the key. At headquarters, Ethan meets Director Kit Rich, who reveals the entity has already breached nuclear systems. During a meeting with Erica and the board, Ethan argues the key and a ship are essential to track the submarine. Alarms blare. Another nation has lost nuclear control. Erica grants him 72 hours. Before leaving by helicopter, Ethan receives the key in a sealed envelope. In the North Pacific, a plane drops Ethan onto an aircraft carrier. The admiral finds only a date inside the envelope, a personal code from Erica urging risk. Ethan explains about SOSUS, an underwater acoustic network. Since Inuit fishermen found the submarine cruise bodies, they deduced the SOSUS station on St. Matthew Island recorded the event. Going there risks conflict with Russia, but Ethan must rendezvous with his team. On the island, Benji and the team meet William, a legendary coder who ran SOSUS for decades and long warned about the entity. He still has the disks, but the reader was confiscated. Russian mercenaries arrive and force him to build one. Meanwhile, aboard a helicopter, pilots warn Ethan about Russian ships. 2 Russian jets appear as a warning. Ethan jumps into the freezing ocean and is intercepted by divers, who bring him to the USS Ohio. There, Ethan meets the captain and earns his trust with the admiral's necklace. He asks for the antenna to be raised to receive coordinates, despite risk of Russian detection. Radar shows a Russian sub already near the island. The crew presents an experimental pressure suit, untested beyond 300 feet. To conserve air, Ethan must descend quickly, risking seizures. He has only 20 minutes to reach decompression or die. Ethan trains his breathing while the captain warns the antenna can only be used once more. At William's house, Benji helps assemble the reader. Secretly, William admits he destroyed the coordinate disk but memorized them. He writes them on a slip, hides it in his watch, and discreetly gives it to his wife. As she feeds the dogs, a mercenary follows her and Grace to the shed. William's wife strikes him with a shovel, and Grace leaps in to fight, causing his gun to fire. The team hears the gunshot and takes it as a signal, sparking a fight with the mercenaries. Blows and gunfire erupt, and coal spilling from the stove sets the house ablaze. Despite the fire, the fighting continues as William rushes to the radio to send the coordinates. Meanwhile, aboard the submarine, Ethan is attacked by a cultist crew member with a knife. They brawl, damaging equipment, until the captain receives the coordinates. Ethan smashes the man against machinery, but the attacker grabs his knife again, only to be knocked out by another crewman. Back at the house, Theo and Paris take most of the fight. Benji is trapped under a bookshelf with the mercenary leader, while Paris is captured. She forces her captor to fire, hitting his teammate instead. Theo shoots, saving her. When the Russians realize William is transmitting coordinates, they retreat, letting their submarine intercept the signal. William and the team escape before the building collapses. Grace departs with William's wife, who shows her how to handle sled dogs to transport the chamber equipment to Ethan. On the submarine, the captain says the coordinates point near Africa. Suspicious, Ethan checks the opposite location, nearby. William had reversed the signal to mislead the Russians. As their vessel moves, they notice the Russian sub tailing them. Reaching the site, Ethan suits up. The chamber fills with water for pressure before he dives out, fighting dizziness as he swims. The Russian sub nearly hits him, but he hides along its hull. Using flares, he finds the Systole wreck. Inside, water rushes in, shifting the vessel. Ethan restores power and finds corpses still aboard. Passing torpedoes, he avoids triggering them as the wreck rolls. In the system chamber, he extracts the hard drive. But the submarine tilts, forcing him to dodge rolling torpedoes. With the exit blocked, Ethan heads for the torpedo tube. One tube is occupied, another empty. His suit won't fit, so he rips it off, exposing his skin to freezing water. The tube floods, but he forces through and escapes as the submarine sinks. His helmet catches on the hull, and he abandons it. Now in only shorts, Ethan struggles to swim upward with the hard drive. Exhausted and freezing, he begins to fail, until Grace pulls him out. She revives him with CPR and places him in the pressure chamber. Later on the plane, Ethan tells William he remembers him from a past mission. Though Ethan feels guilty for William's Arctic assignment, William is grateful, as it led him to his wife. The team deduces the entity needs a hidden base before launching nukes. William suggests the Doomsday Vault, a solar-powered server immune to interference. Ethan recognizes it from his visions and assumes Gabriel is there. They must recover Luther's capsule and trap the AI in a 5D optical drive, but the drive must be removed at the exact second. Gabriel must begin the process before they stop him. In Africa, the team finds the vault chamber through tunnels. Ethan orders them to hide and goes ahead, discovering a nuclear bomb. Gabriel appears, boasting. Ethan feigns fury and hands him the hard drive. Suddenly, Jasper ambushes Gabriel. Agents reveal themselves and capture the team. Gabriel's assistant activates the bomb, set for 20 minutes. Kittredge arrives, demanding to know how to use the drive. Gabriel shouts an order, his men open fire, chaos erupts, and he escapes in a jeep with the capsule. Ethan, Jasper, and Kittredge pursue. During the chase, Ethan's jeep crashes, but he continues on foot, finding Gabriel boarding a plane. As Ethan loses hope, Gabriel's assistant takes off in another aircraft. Ethan clings onto it, climbs inside, and knocks the man out. The plane spirals, ejecting the assistant when Ethan unbuckles him. Ethan takes control and chases Gabriel. Their planes collide repeatedly. Meanwhile in the cave, Benji is revealed shot. William volunteers to defuse the bomb, while his wife and Theo stay with him. Paris and Grace rush Benji to the server room. William cuts cables to reduce the blast. Benji's lung collapses, forcing him to guide Paris through surgery while teaching Grace to activate the server. Despite pain, he perseveres. Paris saves Benji, Grace connects the drive, and all that's left is Ethan returning with the capsule. In the skies, Ethan's plane disintegrates, forcing him to leap onto Gabriel's. Gabriel pulls stunts to throw him off, but Ethan clings under the wing. When Gabriel relaxes, Ethan attacks. After a brutal fight, he seizes the capsule, breaks Gabriel's arm, and unbuckles his belt. Gabriel is hurled out, fatally striking the fuselage. Ethan tries to control the burning plane, but the propeller catches fire. He ejects with a parachute, which burns away. Falling at high speed, he inserts the capsule into the hard drive just as Grace removes the 5D data drive and William cuts the bomb's cables. Power worldwide cuts briefly, stopping the nuclear strike. Grace sees the glowing drive and knows they succeeded. The team reunites, confirming minimal damage. Power soon returns, and Erica confirms the entity is destroyed. In the mountains, Ethan lands safely with a backup chute. From the drive, he hears Luther's voice giving a farewell before it self-destructs. When Kittredge and Jasper find Ethan, both the capsule and drive are useless. Kittredge fumes, but Jasper congratulates him. Later, the team reunites, and Grace symbolically entrusts Ethan with driving the entity. They part ways to continue living in the shadows.